And we're back. Thanks for tuning in for part 2. We're just going to carry on doing our leveling stream. As we go along, you may see me drift away to upload onto YouTube. And that's just because I've started, because I upload these YouTube videos in parts rather than doing just an hour and a half of a YouTube video or 2 hours on a YouTube video. I've started breaking down the YouTube videos into more digestible chunks because I think people are more likely to watch something if they, if they don't have to watch an hour and a half's content. I think that it's important to realise that if you expect people to tune in for something and it's a long time, then it's got to be engaging all the time. And to be honest, not all of my streams going to be engaging for people. It isn't. It's going to be boring at times because we do stuff like this, checking the mail and auction house at the Wrathful. Okay, yeah. So we actually, one of our auctions did sell. Only a small auction. Because I've started making stuff with the leatherworking, I'm noticing that my leatherworking, I'm actually starting to be able to sell it on the auction house now. So I'm not making lots of money, that's not the point. But it's just because it's a way to generate gold for your character, and it's something else to do. It gives your character a bit more flavour. So rather than just being someone who goes around killing enemies, like what else can they do? So I play a Frostwolf hunter. So a hunter would have to learn basic survival skills.
Well met.
So being able to skin animals, make hide armor, it fits in with the lore of the character, and for me that's fun.
I must get closer.
It's like, is it nerdy? Sure it is, but it's fun to enjoy these things. So I'm just going to craft some gear quickly. These things we're going to just try and auction off later anyway. Whether people buy them or not, I don't really care, but rather than just vendor them for trash. So this one is, this one is speak to Umla Whitehorn, or it's Chaluna at the Shrine of Aviana. I want to do this one first, because I don't know, I've done the Aviana quest before, and I feel like I always do Aviana quests in here. The Aviana quests are cool, but I've experienced them so many times, I'd much rather try and do the quest zones or quest chains that I didn't really do this time round. And I know I can go to Pandaria, but I don't want to go to Pandaria yet because I am still leveling through Cataclysm. And I feel like if I stay in Pandaria too long, I'm going to get bored of the zone quicker. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I get any benefit from going to Pandaria any earlier. Because the content scales. I think these are skinnable.
A target.
Yes, savage leather is a new material. For me anyway. So I'm going to try and farm up some of this from these mobs. If I can get some. And that means that when we do learn our Cataclysm recipes, we'll have some materials. So rather than having to buy the leather from the auction house, which of course would be irritating given that we can skin things.
Hail.
So it's the hunters,
What brings you here?
privators.
Ashafela.
So we've got to kill all these things basically. So kill all the things.
Too far away.
And collect the goods.
I do not have a target. I need to target something first. I do not have a target. I require a target.
Blackrock Caverns just popped, so we'll see.
I must get
Yeah.
closer.
So we're going to do the Blackrock Caverns. Isn't this the one where we end up with a diving helmet on our heads?
Pleased to meet you. You have a great day now.
As this is Zandalari Death Knight. Well. Just a moment, guys.
I am not afraid. I need to target something first. I require a target.
I had a weird glitch there where for some reason I couldn't accept the quest, so I'm just going to go back and grab it before we kill any bosses. And there's somebody left. It was it was a healer.
Need assistance? Alrighty then.
And now I have my helmet. Yay! I hate this, but it's the quest, so we gotta do it. I hate the fact that I'm just wearing a diving helmet. Like, I know it's supposed to be. We don't need a healer, my DPS is godlike, says the Warlock. I feel like that's famous last words, but... I like the fact that the Zandalari is called Ultra Chad. Well, to be fair, Zandalari are the Ultra
I
Chats.
do not have a target.
I guess.
I require a target. Not gonna be happy about this. I need to target something first. I do not have a target. That's what you get. Nothing. Stand still. Gonna crack your skulls. I need to target.
Godlike DPS is gone.
I require a target. I do not have a target. I require a target. Raz, smash!
That was impressive. What a joke, this warlock, the tank says. Oh, because he said my DPS is godlike and then he dies. I suppose it is kind of funny. Have you ever seen the way that Taurens wear this helmet and the way Worgens wear it? It's so weird. It's like, it goes on upside down. Like...
I need to target something first.
Heretics! You
Can we
will
DPS
suffer
this
for
down?
this interruption. Bask in his power. Rise as an agent of the...
So the... Ah yeah, so he's leaving until the healer's here, so... Yeah, we can just tell it out and then come in when the healer's back, I suppose. It's no biggie, but you know.
I do not have a target. require a target.
Certainly interesting that a lot of us are in the same zone as well.
I need to target something first. You don't have a target. I need to target something first. I require a target.
So I've still got to kill the Twilight Hunters.
Too far away.
We'll leave the instance group because everyone else did.
I do not have a target. I am out of range. I must get closer.
Wondering why we're killing the stags as well, like I say, skinning.
I need to target something first. I do not have a target.
Keeping an eye on the Alliance.
I require a target. I do not have a target. I need to target something first.
Ishnu Daldier.
The weather's been quite nice here this weekend, right? So, right now not so much, but it was sunny earlier. And I've seen videos of people walking around London like there's not a, you know, like there's not anything going on in the world. And that was yesterday, but I was just, it's just come to my attention. I was just thinking about it then. That I was just very appalled by that, to be honest. No one's asked me or prompted me to talk about it, but I just find that I was quite appalled by the display where people are just ignoring social distancing. It's like, hell, I don't want to be stuck inside. I don't want to only have to travel for essentials. I want my life back, but I'm not risking my health and my kids' health just so I can go and chill at the seaside or go and sit and have a picnic with my buddies. Like, it's not worth dying for, is it? The outside will still be there when this is all gone. In fact, it might be all that's left. If we're not careful, we won't be. And, yeah, I'm sure everyone's saying it sounds like a government agenda. And there are tinfoil hat crazies out there going, oh, this is all because of 5G. If 5G causes coronavirus, I would it doesn't. But if it did, I would. I'm amazed because, like, there are people out there spreading this misinformation and telling everyone to wake up. It's like there are certain conspiracies in the world I will buy into. There are certain definitely there's things hidden from the public in some context, but not like this. This isn't anything. This isn't a global conspiracy. It's not Illuminati. There's not some shape-shifting psychic vampire lizards who want us all indoors so they can install 5G masts. That is literally not what's happening. And I'm so sick and tired of seeing it on Facebook, or on Twitter, or on Instagram, where people are like, if you want to get rid of this virus, we need to, like, take down all the 5G masts. And what then?
What's on your mind?
What then when the 5G masts have all come down because of your stupidity, our mobile internet's slower and no one's getting better? What then?
Off with you.
Like... Volpera Monk, Makar Warrior, Timeout and Druid,
I do not have a target. I need to target something first.
And I know this sounds really harsh, but you know the people out there who are ignoring quarantine? There are people out there who are ignoring quarantine and ignoring the social distancing rules for no one's benefit other than their own, because they want to go to the seaside because it's sunny. It's selfish, and you put other people at risk, so whatever happens to you, you're going to get what you deserve. I'm just saying. If anything, because it's blowing my mind that people are still so blind to the facts, and that there are people willing to ignore social distancing. The truth is, if we distance ourselves and we flatten the curve, businesses will thrive again, bars will reopen, restaurants will reopen, you'll be able to see your friends again. You'll be able to meet... I've not been able to see my mum and dad in person for nearly, 3.5, 4 weeks now. And my mum and dad want to see their grandchildren, and FaceTime doesn't cut it. They're growing up without them. Sure, it's a small amount of time, but it's affecting them. It's affecting me. It's affecting everyone. I'm baffled by the stupidity of people who are ignoring social distancing, who are actively, whether they realise it or not, actually making this worse and prolonging the period that we're going to have to isolate for. They're making this last a lot longer by ignoring the rules. Sure, they think they're getting one up on the government who are keeping us all inside because, you know, oh, it's the 5G or whatever, or they just don't think that the response is appropriate. Like, they think it's an overreaction, but it's not an overreaction when it won't be an overreaction when it's their family member that gets sick or them. And it's not going to be an overreaction when they realise that they're the ones who got them sick. How did you get them sick, they asked? Well, ignoring the rules, ignoring government and medical advice, and all because you think it's some 5G mast causing the problem and not what it actually is, which is a global pandemic. No thanks, I don't want that on my conscience. Like, if I had my way, if there was no consequence, I'd literally get my family into town. We go for some sushi. We do what we used to do. But there is a consequence. It's like, do I want to put them at risk just because I want things and because there's going to be plenty of time? And I'm just thinking, one positive here, rather than just me having a rant about how stupid people are, is can we all just think about a better time? A better time in our future when this is all over. The shops will be full. The bars will be crammed. restaurants you'll have to book weeks in advance. The world will return. And people will be, and I'm hoping that people will be kinder to one another after all this is over. I want people to, I want us as a species to thrive after this.
I do not have a target.
I want us
I require a target.
we can't come back into the same world that we left. We have to come back into a better world. We have to create a better world for ourselves. If anything, this should have been a wake-up call that what we're doing here, the world that we're living in, is not adequate anymore. We need to. That's me getting off my pedestal and complaining about the state of the world. But because this stream, I want to be positive. I don't want this to be negative. And I'm recording this for YouTube, so it's more for the fact that I'm constantly seeing people ignoring this social distancing. It's just getting crazy and it's getting ridiculous, and it's just going to harm people, you know. Disappointing. But you know, throw that out for now. The world's not all doom and gloom. Right now, we're just going to enjoy playing some WoW.
I do not have a target.
Good old escapism. And this will all be over before we know it. So I'm going to stay indoors and wash our goddamn hands. So we're in the Stone Core right now. I'm hoping we can get to. I hope we can get to Pandaria content really soon, because I wanted to do this chronologically. I could go to Pandaria now, but the last time I leveled a character, I went, oh, I can skip all these zones. It's like, I don't want to skip the zones. I want to have my character go through the zones, and I want to experience the game again. I've got all this time, and I've got this XP boost. I'm not losing anything by experiencing the game again. I want, with playing a hunter, and I've not played a ranged before. Really, this experience is it's something entirely different, and I've been shut out of this. Okay, cool. Well, thanks, guys. So I'm just gonna.
I require a target.
I suppose that's my boss fight.
The chiropractor in Orgrimmar has done wonders for my back. Try spending a few decades trapped on a planet with fanatical Draenei and see how you like it.
Let me in. Let me in. That person just used bruh unironically.
I need to target something first.
You guys wanting to pass quarantine quicker? A pro gamer move is downing sleeping pills with vodka and fast traveling to day 18. You'll never know, but everyone around you will have been very worried and saying, please wake up. Oh, I literally just noticed this. Right. This druid is called Terry Crews.
I require a target.
This is Shizma, Luzerk, Terry Crews, and Veroxia.
I need to target something first. I do not have
I
a
am just
target.
imagining the Cenarian Circle like Champion Terry Crews, Savior of Azeroth. Oh no. I remember making a rogue twink back in the day called Phil Collins. And why Phil Collins? Because in the words of Genesis, he does seem to have that invisible touch. That was an awful joke. I was making dad jokes before I became a dad. I was destined for this.
I need to target something first.
I'm the kind of dude who goes
a target.
after a joke and realizes that everybody in the room hates me because I made a terrible joke. In other words, what I'm saying is don't invite me to any of your gatherings or house parties unless you want a cornucopia of existential dread, terrible dad jokes, and somebody who will complain about anything. This has been a PSA. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Nah, you're alright. Feigning death is what you call a pro gamer move. I'm staying dead until these guys stop. I got vote kicked. But I've been feigning death for ages. Why can't I... Ah, well. That didn't make any sense. I don't understand why that happened, but... That doesn't sound like my problem. So I got kicked from the group because... But I was already dead, so I was feigning death anyway.
I do not have a target. I need to target something first.
To be fair, we're just laying there dead for a good 5 minutes. I would love to be put back in the group I just got removed from. That would be fantastic.
I do not have a target.
I'm tempted to do... There's a charity gaming stream going on. And I'm very tempted to do it. But let's have a look here. Just looking at something because I'm interested in doing this, so... So yeah, I'm just inquiring, guys. Sorry about the little bit of AFK. There is a NHS Charity gaming stream going on at some point, and I definitely want to take part if I can.
I require a target. I do not have a target. I must get closer.
I need to find out some info about this charity gig, because I definitely want to do it if I can and help the NHS in any way. Because they need all the help that they can get right now.
I am out of range. I need to target something first. I require a target. I must get closer. I do not have a target.
I definitely want to check it out. I will post updates on my socials if I do decide to do the charity gaming stream, if I do get involved, if I can get involved. I just want to make sure that I have time to organise it, especially around family. That'd be cool though.
I require a target. I need to target something first. Too far away. I must get closer. I require a target. I need to target something first.
I definitely need to contact that charity gaming stream. I mean, I don't have many viewers, and I know that. I don't have many viewers and fans, should I
do not
say.
have a target.
I've got 9 followers. I haven't got a lot, but if I can contribute anything towards a good cause, even if nobody watches, and I just sit here and game promoting the NHS, so anyone who swings by will end up leaving with a message of donate, then I'm doing my job. But I'll see about that. I'll have to have a look into it. If anyone knows anything about the NHS Gaming Charity Marathon and happens to be able to message me before it begins so I can investigate it, then definitely tell me.
I need to target something first. I require a target.
Because those of you, both in and outside the UK, the NHS are superheroes.
I need to target
The
something
NHS
first.
are
I do not have a target.
the backbone of the
require a
UK right
target.
now, I would say. All key workers are the backbone of the UK, but the NHS are saving lives every day.
I need to target something first.
And the recognition that we give them could never, ever be enough.
I do not have a target.
There is simply not enough appreciation in the world.
Require a target.
Filthy beasts! That skywall will not be tolerated.
I forgot that mechanic about staying inside the field.
I need to target something first.
Those are actually some decent shoulder pads for a transmog. I don't give Cataclysm gear enough credit. You know what? I could probably make a transmog with these. I know they're a shaman item, but yeah. I got distracted.
I do not have a target. I need to target something first.
get... I need this tabard. I'm definitely going to have to rep grind out Frostwolves for that, probably. But I'm definitely going to do it because I am a Frostwolf.
I do not have a target. I require a target.
I love how epic that name sounds. Assad, Caliph of Zephyrs. That's pretty badass. This part's nearly gone on 48 minutes, I've just realised, so... That's quite a long time, I was just checking. But obviously, I'm wanting to make the content more digestible. I do have editing software, I do have Premiere, so... Other videos I may do will be edited, but streaming uploads I'm not going to edit down.
Target something first.
Oh yeah, you can get this as a mount, can't you, Altarius? Need to move.
I require a target. I do not have a target.
Dragon scales, they'll be good for crafting, I'm sure. But I forgot that the Frostwolves had their own tabard. I'm psyched for that, because I definitely want that. I know they have this one, the Battle Tabard. This is main universe, I'm from obviously alternate universe. And a higher res tabard. What's tabard? Probably a regional pronunciation thing that I'm not quite sure which one it is, to be honest.
I need to target something first.
It's melee, not melee. I don't care what you say. focus down the adepts because the adepts are the ones with the casting. I remember the LOS pulling these.
I require a target. I do not have a target.
I remember these being a pain in the ass when I used to tank this. I just remember it being an absolute pain in the backside.
I require a target.
I think this instance was really nicely put together. Like, one thing I'm enjoying about coming to these Cataclysm instances and coming back to these older places is how nice some of these zones actually were. And I didn't appreciate it at the time because I didn't enjoy Cataclysm. But I love this, like the way this looks. Wasted that interrupt there.
Target something first.
I remember when back when this was current content and it was a little harder. You had like this you had to LOS pull all of these, otherwise you would die. I know we had to pull them. I believe it was up there. I don't remember. I remember doing this on my paladin though, and I remember hating these mobs with a burning passion, just because they were, yeah, because they have the caster that protects the other ones, don't they? It's either the adept or the servant of Assad, and I can't remember which one it is.
I require a target.
But it was definitely something. I remember it being so frustrating.
I need to target something first.
Back when I used to tank.
I do not have a target.
I remember the first time I ran this and I was like, why are we dying? What's going on? And me and my guildies at the time, we're going back some years now, we're like, I don't know. But then I did the guild that I was in at that time, which is, because I left, because I was doing cutting edge raiding during Wrath, I left my raiding guild and went for a more casual guild because I was just going through a stressful time, I think, in my life, if I remember. So I just didn't need all the additional craziness of, I have to stick to a playing schedule so virulently. I remember very distinctly that I had to tank this, and the casual, more chilled out guild I was part of did not like this instance at all because they couldn't understand what was going on. They couldn't understand why I was saying we need to target certain bosses first. And this is what I mean, because these were all, I think the players were much, it was very varied age groups as well, but that's what I like about WoW. You've got your age groups as well, varying age groups. I know really young people who play this game. I know people in their 50s and 60s who play this game, or knew of, like people I used to play with. My friend used to play WoW with his dad, and his dad was an older guy. I remember distinctly his dad was about 50 or 60 years old, and I remember, and it's, I just think it's really cool how this game has brought generations and people together. I'm being summoned.
You tread upon this sacred thing? No place amidst the clouds!
Get in the triangle, get in the triangle, get in the triangle, y'all gonna die, get in the triangle. I didn't realise we had to explain tactics for this boss fight.
Closer. I am afraid.
As I say, this is a casual leveling stream, so whether or not we do anything for charity here, which we are, I'm considering. I'm considering doing that because I would love to be able to do something for charity, but whether my stream would have the traction required, I don't know. Maybe. We'll see how that goes, because I reckon that if we do that and we get enough people in on it, we could have a really, really nice experience. We could have... Did the Warlocks get a new demonic portal? Oh my god, they did. That's cool. I have a Warlock that I've not leveled. It's somewhere in the bowels of Legion. Sorry, I just need to stretch my back sometimes. So we're just going to cut this part for YouTube real quick.